not, there's not much else I can do for her. Okay, you can do this.
All right, thank you.
Sometimes you see patients on My 600-Pound Life that have you thinking there is no hope and they have zero chances of getting better. Then they go on to have miraculous comebacks that will leave you completely speechless. These are some of those moments. This is June's story. Melissa Morris can no longer take care of herself. She says that she lives in a nightmare because she is in constant pain. She looks at her and feels like she is some monster that came from another. She is always in constant pain, and trust me when I say she's insane. She is 43 pounds and is close to 600 pounds, and she has no idea how she got to this level. This is how June's story begins.
And I don't know how much more I can actually put on my knees. It is just difficult to do anything on my own. I have to get my girlfriend Sadie.
Damn! Imagine having to go through all of this every morning. That explains why she hates her life and feels like she lives in a nightmare. June's weight does not allow her to do anything. She can't even stand for long because she runs out of breath and feels like she might fall at any given time. Thankfully, she has a girlfriend who helps her do the things she can't do by herself.
But I feel like my body is going to give out at any moment. When I'm walking through the house, I have to sit down and rest. But I only have 3 places I can sit.
That's really, really sad. June says that she never imagined that this would be the life she was going to have. There are only 3 places in her house that can contain her size: her bed, the toilet seat, and her chair. The worst part is that she feels like she moves from a chair coffin to her bed coffin because her body is giving up on her day by day.
That my weight got out of control. 4 years ago, my whole world came crashing down. My son, Mac, was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
I don't think there's anybody who wouldn't shut down if they found out that their child was dead. June never struggled with her weight while growing up. Where the problem started was when she lost her son, and her whole world came crashing down. She couldn't deal with the trauma, and the only place she found peace and felt happy was in the company of food.
Always have, always will. And now and then, Daddy, you'll say, I'm just not gonna go get it. Okay, I have a cell phone. So either you're gonna do it, or I'm gonna do it. Take your pick.
Man, her girlfriend is in a very bad situation. She doesn't want to get June upset. She knows that the things that June asks her to get are bad for her health, but due to the fact that she doesn't want her and June to have a disagreement, she gets her those things anyway. That must be such a hard thing to do.
Because how long can a person live like this?
Did you look at the paper?
Yes, I did.
Well, it looks like June finally understands that if she doesn't change the way she eats and get help as soon as possible, she might not be on Earth for much longer. This might be the big push she needs to go and see Dr. Now down in Houston and get the help she needs. That's a very good start if you ask me.
You want me in front of you, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure if I can even make it down the steps.
Your knees feel okay?
No.
Wow! June says that she has been in the hospital almost 20 times within the last 3 years. And out of the 20 times that she has been to the hospital, no doctor has been able to help her with her situation. This makes her skeptical and scared that meeting Dr. Now could end the same way for her.
I'm nervous. The worst thing I can find out right now is my weight is too high and the doctor can't help me.
That weight definitely took her by surprise. She couldn't believe the scale read that she was almost 600 pounds. Now she is even more scared that Dr. Now might not be able to help her, and he might not put her on the weight loss program. Well, fingers crossed, I guess. Let's see what the doc has to say about her situation.
She's going to the grocery store.
So she does everything that you ask her?
Pretty much. I'm bossy.
Or she gets someone else if I don't.
Or I get someone else to do it.
June's partner is enabling her, but she's not overweight.
Let's be honest, that's actually very concerning. June tells the doc that she has had a heart attack in the past and a major stroke and is currently under 20 different medications to keep her body and organs going. Phew. If she's going to be put on the weight loss program, she really needs to cut down on her weight. She can't go under the needle having all this to deal with.
Your health right now. If I send you home, maybe last time I see you. So I'm going to admit you to hospital immediately to make sure that you're not close to another stroke or worse right now.
And that honestly does not come as a surprise. Dr. Now is really worried about her health, and he feels like if he sends her home, that might be the last time he gets to see her. He is admitting her to the hospital immediately to watch her and make sure that she is not close to having another stroke. If things seem okay, he is going to put her on a diet and then see if she truly wants to lose weight.
And no fruit. What about strawberries? Maybe once or twice a day? Only one or two?
We want to eliminate sugar as much as possible.
The strawberries, I'm being very honest with you. Strawberries are my addiction.
Well, it looks like June does not have much of a choice right now. Her body is heavily malnourished, and she has to get her body back to a very healthy state before she can have surgery done. The doc wants her to get back in shape within the next month, or else there is nothing more he can do for her.
And she get the attention that she wants. She still has her partner taking care of her. That enabling dynamic hasn't changed, but despite her pushback to the program.
All one. That's amazing. June has been in the hospital for over a month now, and from the look of things, she has made some pretty decent progress. She has lost over 50 pounds, and she seems to be in a condition that's good enough to head back home. The doc wants to see if she can lose weight on her own without the help of the doctors at the hospital.
I'm nervous about seeing the doctor today. I hope I got down 5 pounds.
There's no other way to put it. The doc is right. June gained weight because she didn't stick to the diet and also did not exercise like she was supposed to. The doc wanted her to lose at least 5 pounds to see if she was ready for the weight loss surgery. Sadly, she gained 20 pounds and the doc is not impressed with her progress at all.
You don't need the walker, you want to walk. Serious about being active, this would be first thing to go.
I gained them 20 pounds and I'm wrong for that. I feel some of it's lymphedema in the water.
Well, yes, it's easier said than done. June tries to convince Dr. Now that she is a good candidate for weight loss surgery, and she knows she can do better. The doc then tells her to lose the 20 pounds she has gained in 2 weeks before he agrees to approve her for weight loss surgery. Let's see if she can do just that.
I realize if I don't push myself, I will never lose this weight and I'll never get surgery.
I'm not going to lie, June has been doing so well with the diet and exercises, she has stuck to them, and now she feels like she is ready for weight loss surgery. Well, the scale is going to be the judge of that. Her next appointment is soon, and now we will see if she is ready for her weight loss surgery.
First time?
Yeah, pretty much.
Super. Any problem with your diet or anything?
Actually, no. I am doing awesome. I'm walking early and I'm walking at night.
This is Nikki's story. Nikki says that she is trapped in her body. She hates her body and finds it difficult to believe that her body has become what it is. She is 33 years old and she is pushing 700 pounds. Her mornings are literally the worst for her because she goes through so much pain. Hopefully, the doc is able to help her with her situation. This is how her story begins.
It is so heavy that it gets in the way of everything.
I can't even lie. For a second there, I thought she was trapped in the bathroom. Wow, Nikki is such a pretty woman, but it's sad that she has to go through all of this. She says that she barely looks in the mirror because of how fat she has become, and seeing her body makes her so sad.
It's killing me. When I start my day, I can't wait to start eating.
Okay, sweetie, I'm gonna send it up.
Alrighty.
Looks like that's where the problem is. Nikki's mom says that Nikki has always struggled with her eating addiction. She even says that Nikki has admitted to her that food is the one thing she has no control over. Her mom, trying not to make her sad and get into a fight with her, gives Nikki whatever she asks for. Her mom is definitely an enabler.
I was a happy kid, but I know that I started gaining weight when I was about 4. And
You can see it in his eyes. He is close to tears. Nikki's dad has asked himself several times the difference between helping his daughter and enabling his daughter. All he knows is that he is losing his daughter a pound a day, and that breaks him into a million pieces, having to watch her eat her life away. That's every parent's nightmare.
so my parents tried probably hundreds of attempts to help me lose weight, and it was just depressing and sad. And
That explains her struggles with food. Nikki and her mother have always had a love-hate relationship with her body. Her mother never liked the fact that she was big right from the get-go and wanted her to lose weight. Nikki tried everything she could, but the weight just wasn't going away. This made her feel like her mother never really loved and accepted her.
after college, I moved back home. My mom and my dad and my brother Chris, because living on my own is just too difficult.
Mean! I couldn't lie. That was really sad to hear. Nikki has a brother that is also disabled, and it makes her feel guilty because her parents have to pay more attention to her due to how much she weighs, and that in turn makes them neglect the needs of her disabled brother. Nikki really needs to consider meeting up with the doc as soon as she can.
And to walk back to where we work is a very long way. And so I have to park in the loading dock, and I'll have someone open the door for me. It's getting more and more difficult to go to work.
Wow, looks like Nikki's health is not the only thing that her excessive eating is a threat to. Her eating addiction is a threat to her job because every day she feels like she can do less and less, and her job requires her to do so much. There's a high chance that she might be out of a job if she doesn't start to lose weight and get healthier.
There is a great deal of anxiety in terms of whether she would actually be accepted in the program. If Nikki isn't accepted, I don't think she's going to live much longer.
Well, the good thing now is the fact that Nikki has made the decision to pay the doc a visit. Her dad says that if the doc can't help her, this might be the end of the line for Nikki. Right now, his only hope is that Dr. Now can actually help his daughter, and she can go back to having a normal life.
We've been in the car for 8 hours. Right now, I'm just ready to get out and meet the doctor.
Nikki Webster?
It's been a long time since I've checked my weight.
Damn, that's definitely sent shocks down her spine. The number the scale showed was something she was not expecting at all. She made it to the hospital, and the scale reads that she weighs 650 pounds. Given the fact that she is just 33 years old, that's one pretty high number. Let's see what the doc thinks about her weight.
Surgery, you need to take some personal responsibility, and your parents need to show that they can stop enabling you before you're ready. I'm going to start you on 1,200 calorie a day diet.
At this point, the ball is in Nikki's court. Dr. Now says that she is in no state to have weight loss surgery. He puts her on a diet and tells her to stay away from foods that are going to make her add any weight. He also wants her to lose 50 pounds before the next month. This will show him that she's ready to actually have her weight loss surgery.
It's been a tough few weeks. When we got home from seeing the doctor, the first thing we did was get rid of the food that was not on the diet.
Own! It's really amazing to see that Nikki's parents are helping her follow the diet. Nikki is making sure she sticks to the diet and follows it just as the doc asked her to. I love the fact that her parents are also with her on the weight loss journey. Seems to me like she has all the support she could ever need. Let's see how much she loses before her next appointment.
Under 600 pounds to qualify for surgery.
587?
Is that the real number?
That's the right number.
Okay.
Even I couldn't hide my excitement when she hopped on the scale to check her weight. This is Nikki's second appointment with the doc, and she has been able to lose over 50 pounds. You can bet that Dr. Now is going to be happy with her progress. But first, let's see if she is going to be approved for weight loss surgery.
What we call a pulmonary hypertension.
What does that mean?
That means your weight has affected your heart, and your heart is not able to transport enough oxygen for your body.
That, in a way, is good news and not good news at the same time. Nikki did meet her weight loss goal, but the doc says that in order for her to have surgery, she still needs to cut down some weight. So he has asked her to lose another 50 pounds within the next month so she can get approved for weight loss surgery.
I know it has to be all or nothing because this next doctor's visit is my last chance.
Wow, this is truly remarkable. Nikki has shown that she is capable of anything. She initially felt sad when the doc told her that her body was not stable enough to undergo the weight loss surgery. Now she's been able to lose enough weight, but let's not be the judge of that just yet. Let's see if the doc is finally going to approve her for weight loss surgery.
Approved for surgery. This just has to happen.
Okay, everything looking good.
This is Chuck's story. Chuck's wife, who is also his caregiver, divorced him and left him during the filming of his episode in the most dramatic twist you have ever seen. Right now, Chuck can still walk, but only barely. He has lymphedema the size of a small child on his leg, and he can only waddle about like a toddler. This is how his story begins.
Breathe. It's hard for me to stand. It's hard for me to get around. Oh, Lord. It's hard for me to do normal things. I got lymphedema on my leg. On a scale of 1 to 10, right now the pain's a 9.
Wow, that is heavy. The fact that Chuck is going through something like this probably means his family, or at least his wife, is sympathetic to his struggles, right? Well, yes, she is. And perhaps that is why Chuck still finds some time to eat. And I don't mean just eat here. I mean actually gorge on the juiciest and most unhealthy treats he can find.
Just locked myself away and ate fast food 3 times a day. Not really thinking about food, I just blanked my mind out. For a long time, I lost all.
If you think it sounds like Nissa wants to leave with Nathan, then you are correct. She wants to, and she has said that their relationship won't last much longer if something does not change. That is why Chuck has decided to seek out Dr. Now for weight loss surgery.
Yeah, you know, the thing doesn't work that way, okay? Surgery only does one thing, keep him from eating a lot at one time. You still can eat.
And the way Dr. Now asks Chuck to solve the problem is by losing some weight. But it is not so easy for Chuck, especially as, immediately after he leaves the hospital, he goes to a restaurant to eat everything that his gut can take. When Nissa asks him not to, he says, Dr. Now ain't gotta know.
Enough to feed 20 people.
Is there anything else? Are we okay? I'm good, thank you.
Sometimes I eat stuff I shouldn't eat. I realize it's killing me. I gotta do something about it.
Well, Dr. Now might not know, but the scale sure does know. But shockingly, despite flagrantly cheating on his diet mere minutes after speaking to Dr. Now, Chuck still met his weight loss goal. In fact, he met the goal right to the T.
All right, so we get you prepared for your operation, okay?
Yes, sir.
Chuck, he demonstrated that he can control his eating habit, and I think he's ready for surgery.
He eventually had his weight loss surgery, and it was successful. But that was when friction between him and his wife, Nissa, started to grow. And that friction only continued to grow throughout the entire episode. Here is what happened immediately after the surgery.
Sore. Hi, son.
Hi, Daddy.
I love you, boy.
We're gonna go take him home, okay?
Huh?
We're gonna take him home, okay?
Take him home.
Wow, tough. Will their marriage survive this sort of friction? Well, the answer remains to be seen. Another thing is that surgery has not taken away Chuck's cravings. He eats less, but he still loves his tasty treats.
Get in the lane.
Cuss at me.
Now I'm gonna get me some eggs, some protein, which is healthy for you, an order of eggs, and an order of bacon.
And eventually, Nissa leaves him. Her reason is that despite losing weight, Chuck still does very little to help around the house, and is basically as useless as he was when he was still extremely heavy. And here is how that sequence starts.
Just give me a chance. Let's work this out. Look at me, please. Is this just all about money?
I'm miserable.
Wow, Nissa is really serious, especially as she has also had weight loss surgery and is also on her own recovery journey. Of course, this breaks Chuck down and goes to show that weight loss surgery does not fix everything.
Skin removed? I don't have nobody to take care of me. She don't care. She does not care. I love it, baby. Stop thinking about him.
This is Marla's story. You could say she was one of his worst patients. Marla made great progress in losing her weight, but Dr. Now removed her from the program because she was simply too difficult to work with. It was as if she just did not want to do what was best for her health. Well, Marla's story all began like this.
My legs can't even hold my weight anymore. I can't get up. I can't walk. I'm trapped. Go.
Do you know how humiliating that is? Gosh, Marla has 3 daughters, and she feels like she is a burden to them. She knows it is embarrassing, but she has no choice. She also has a host of other illnesses, including diabetes, gout, and arthritis, and she uses oxygen at night. Could it get any worse for her?
I love food. I'm a junk food junkie. When we go shopping for her, it's not what she needs to be eating.
She better learn to stop, because Dr. Now will not accept that excuse, and he will tell her as much when she appears in Houston, Texas for the very first time. But before Dr. Now could even speak to her, he had to put a filter in her body to stop a blood clot from ending her life. But Dr. Now saved Marla.
We have to be very careful with Marla right now. Her body cannot take any further strain.
And she got out of surgery doing okay. Now that the issue of the blood clot has been solved, it is time to solve the issue of her weight loss. Dr. Now decides to monitor her diet by himself and also fix her appointment with physical therapy. It went like this.
Alrighty, so we're gonna need to do some physical therapy. Are you ready for us? No.
Yes or no?
Not yet. Not yet. Y'all can come back.
And one way to get Dr. Now angry is to be in the hospital and opt out of his care plan, which is basically what Marla just did. Dr. Now does not take this easily at all. And once he hears about it, this is what he says. Oh, trust me, Dr. Now is beyond pissed.
He is coming back here to see you. You're going to get to the edge of your bed, and they're going to help you to stand up. Got it?
All right.
But is it really that simple? Well, the next time Marla tries to walk, what happens is something straight out of a very bad horror movie. She does not even try to walk, and she basically starts screaming to get back on her bed.
When someone becomes immobile, they get used to others doing everything for them. That can be a tough dynamic to change.
And Dr. Now is completely serious too. If she won't put some effort into her physical therapy, then there is no point in treating her at all. But Dr. Now changes his mind because he believes that her death is imminent. So he goes ahead and performs weight loss surgery despite not being in great physical condition.
But she still won't get up and walk. This is a life and death situation. And she's not even trying. She expects everyone to do what she needs.
Dr. Now says he is giving her one last chance. If she refuses to get up and walk after surgery, he will send her back home and stop monitoring her. That means she would drop out of the program even after getting the surgery. And that is when the sparks really start to fly. And that is when Dr. Now decides to send her home.
Stubborn like that, if she act like a kid, you treat her like a kid. Don't bring her anything. She don't want it, get up, get it yourself. She want food, get up, get it yourself. This is a very bad behavior and you shouldn't reward it.